Hello, reception. Are you ready for today's English lesson? Today we're going to be doing some writing together. Now, before we get started, I've got a couple of things I want to ask you, and it's all about the lesson we did yesterday. My first question to you is, what does the word setting mean? What do we mean by a setting? That's right. A setting is a place, and in a story, it's the place where the story happens. Now, can you remember where the story Little Red Hen took place? That's right. It was on a farm, wasn't it? And yesterday we practiced describing a farmyard by using our senses. Here's my last question for you. Can you remember what the 5 senses were? Pause your video and tell your helper. Oh, wow. Well done. When we talk about our 5 senses, we talk about our sense of sight, so what we can see, smell, taste, what we can hear, and how things feel when we touch them. So we're thinking about the textures of things. Well done, reception. You remembered lots of things. Do we get started with our writing? Okay then. Before we start though, helpers, you don't need anything for this, but you do need perhaps a piece of paper and a pencil because we are going to do a little bit of guided writing together, okay, before you do your independent task. Okay, let's get started. So, before we start, let's look at what we're doing. So we are writing some words to describe a setting. So we are going to need to do some really important things, aren't we? If we're writing, the first thing we need to do is to make sure we are using our sounds, to make sure we are carefully listening to the word and trying to pick out the sounds in that word. Okay, so we're going to be sounding out words. And because we're going to challenge ourselves today and we're not going to write single words, we're going to write some short sentences and phrases, we're going to need some finger spaces to show the gaps between the words, to show where each new word starts and the other one finishes. Really important. And today I'm even going to be showing you some capital letters too, because I know we've looked only at the lowercase, but when we write in a sentence, we need to put the capital letters at the start, so we need to know what they look like too. So I'll be modelling some of that with you. All right, there's one more thing I want to show you. You might have spotted it. It's one of our tricky words. One of those words that we just need to learn what they say because we can't sound them out. Do you know what tricky word this is? That's right, it's the. So we might need the for our writing today. I'll pop it there so I've always got it to refer to. Shall we go? Okay. So reception, I've got here a picture of the cow pen from yesterday. Now it's a little bit hard to see actually in the video, but you have seen it yesterday, so I hope you can remember it really well. We're going to have a go at writing about that setting. We're going to describe it. So I'm going to go first and I need you to watch what I do because you're going to have a go afterwards. Are you ready? Let's make sure it's in the right place. Oh, there we go. I'm going to start by writing about probably what I can see, but also what I might feel. Okay, I'm going to write that it is wet because it looks to me like it's definitely been raining. I can see a puddle here. Things look quite muddy and squishy. So I think if I was in that farmyard, I would see water and I would probably feel it on things too. So I'm going to write it is wet. So there's 3 words. The first one is it. So let's sound out it, Mrs. Hart. Okay, I can do that. It. Oh, it's one of our high frequency words, isn't it? High frequency words. That's right. It. Okay. It. Oh, capital letter. You can change this it to a capital I when you're ready. Looks like this. So that's just a capital I. It. What's my next word? Is. Another high frequency word. High frequency words. Okay. Is. It is. It is. Okay. Finger space. It is. What was my last word? It was wet, wasn't it? Wet. Okay, let's sound it out then. So wet. 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 Okay. What? Oh, hold on, is that big enough? Yep, I think I'm happy with that finger space. There's enough of a gap. Wet. Ooh. Wet. Oh, wow, it is wet. Something's bothering me. Is there something else I need on my sentence that I perhaps haven't put here? What comes at the end of a sentence? Can you tell me? A full stop? Let's add it to it, shall we? This can be like our little checklist. There's my full stop. Full stop at the end of my sentence. Dot. Let me read it back and check I'm happy. It is wet. Oh, I'm really pleased with that sentence. Brilliant. Should we do one together now? Have you got your pencil and paper ready? Okay, so, I know what we should write. I think we should write what would happen if we were to walk across there. What do you think would happen if it's really muddy and squishy and wet? Yeah, I think you're right. I think we could slip. We could slip in the mud, couldn't we? Shall we say that sentence? Because it's good to practice the sentence before you write it so you don't miss out any words when you come to put it on your paper. Are you ready? So I'll go first. Slip in the mud. Brilliant. Slip in the mud. Slip in the mud. I think I've got it in my brain now. What was the first word reception? Slip. Well done. Let's get our fingers up ready. We're going to count, pinch our sounds onto our fingers. Say slip. It. Slip. Well, there are 4 sounds. Can you say those 4 sounds? Slip. Well done. Let me write it down for you. Okay, slip, slip. Start of a sentence, capital letter. Now the letter S as a capital looks the same but taller. So it's a bit bigger. Okay, slip. Could you write the rest of the word on your paper? Can you write slip on your paper for me and then show me and I'll make sure I get it right. You write it down now. Pause the video. Ah, well done. Let me copy yours down. Slip. Well done. Reception. Do you know what comes next? Can you point to it for me? Tell me when to stop. Stop, Mrs. Hurt. You're right. We need a finger space. It's time for our next word. Slip, finger space. So slip. What's my next word? In. It's a high frequency word. In. Do you know what? I think you can write in on your own. Have a go. It's got 2 sounds. In. Show me your writing. Yay! In is how we write in. In. Slip in. The next word. Can you tell me? The. Oh, and what's the? Is it a high frequency word? Yep, it's very high frequency. Is it a tricky word or one we can sound out? It's a tricky word. Here it is. Should we copy it down? See if you can do it from memory if you like. Can you write the on your next? Sorry. Can you write the next on your paper? Oh, well done. I'm going to put mine on now. I'll run out of space. So I'm going to go underneath. Slip in the. What's the last word in our sentence? It was mud, wasn't it? Mud. Now I'm going to get a new word. So I need something here, don't I? Tell me when to stop. Ah, that's right. Stop, Mrs. Hart. We need a finger space. So slip in the finger space. Mud. 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 Can you sound out mud and write it down? Then show me. Off you go. Well done. Mud. Mud. There we go. Finished. It's perfect. Huh? I've missed something. What did I miss? I can't quite hear you. Tell me when I get to it. What I missed at the end. Ah, the full stop. Oh, you made me jump. Stop scaring your poor teacher. Goodness gracious me, you're too loud. I need a full stop. That's the end of my sentence. Does your sentence look like mine? Well done for trying, because do you know what? Writing sentences is really hard. Thank you so much for joining me and having a go. Do you think you could have a go at writing some sentences now at home? Wow. Well, do you know what? I've sent home a picture of a setting for you. to do a sentence or at home. And some of you might want to do 2 or 3 sentences or even more. Some of you might want to do 1, or if you find it really tricky, you could just choose a few words to write down about your picture. Now, helpers, I've also sent home with the pictures some example sentences you might want to use, because I know it can be tricky sometimes to think of which words have the sounds in the children know. So these should have sounds the children do know and can spell, okay? So reception, it's your time now to have a go at writing on your own with your helper. Have fun, do your best. I'm very proud of you already, and I can't wait to see your lovely writing. Please take photos and send it in so that we can say a big, big well done to you. Okay, have a great day. Bye now.